Hey everyone, welcome to the session by Intellipaat. My name is Anirudh and I hope you guys had a beautiful day. And in this session, we'll be checking out all the skills that needed for every one of you guys to become a data scientist in 2020, guys. So before we begin with the agenda for this session, I have to tell you that you should subscribe to the Intellipaat's YouTube channel and hit the bell icon so that you stay in touch with all of the upcoming content that our subject matter experts are putting out for you guys. And in the meantime, I hope you guys got to glance around the agenda. So the first thing on the agenda is we'll be checking out the introduction to data science very quickly, and then we'll move on to check why we actually need data science. And third, we'll check out the roles and responsibility of a data scientist, what he actually does, and we'll check out the skills which are actually required to become the data scientist. We'll check out the salary of a data scientist, and for further learning, I'll be giving you a very fast track guide on how you can become a certified data scientist and an architect in this particular field, which will give you access to the thousands of jobs which are available in the world today. So without further ado, let's begin. Introduction to data science. Well, data science has been this lucrative field in the 21st century, where from 2000 till 2019, 2020 as well. Everywhere you go, you either meet someone of a computer science background who knows what data science is, or there is some talk of data science anywhere in the world that you go. I hope you guys agree, right? So guys, hit the comment sections and do let me know, because I want the session to be very interactive, and I'm sure you guys were very excited for this video because we got multiple requests for the same, guys. So what is data science then? When we hear a lot of people speaking about data science, we need to know what data science is. Well, guys, in its most basic native form, data science can be defined as basically obtaining some sort of information, some sort of usefulness basically from data. Well, you might think of data as something which is already useful, right? So how can we take out something more useful than it already provides? Well, it's not like that. Pretty much consider data to be raw facts. Well, you can take a lot of facts, and you can club these data together and make them into information and insights that you can use to drive a business to success. It is something like that, guys. So basically, the job of a data scientist is to make data a friendlier entity in today's world. Well, you might be wondering why data is not friendly, right? Because think about it. We have every day millions of photos get uploaded to Facebook, millions of tweets, millions of Instagram posts. So all of this data has to go somewhere, has to be stored somewhere. So when we think about catering to the needs of like 6 billion people across the world, then imagine handling all the data of the 6 billion people. So we need some sort of science, we need some sort of techniques and tools and everything that we can handle all the billions and billions of pretty much I can say it's zettabytes and lot more than that, petabytes, zettabytes and whatnot. So all these amount of data needs to be handled, guys. So you might be wondering what the impact of data science has been in today's life. Well, I have another video which has covered the entire history of this particular concept, but to give you a very good overview right now, well, think of everything from Tesla's autonomous driving, where it's a car which can drive itself right from your doorstep to your destination, no matter the amount of traffic, no matter what. So this entire autonomous driving facility given to us by Tesla Motors, all the way till something we use very simple, very Spartan thing that we use every day, which is basically Hey Siri, right? So again, you can pretty much say, Hey Siri, set an alarm, or Hey Siri, what's the calendar for today, how's the weather, and so many things. Well, what you might not know is there is a lot of data science which is going behind these chatbots. Siri, Alexa, you can think of any of these chatbots, and basically this is how they work. When you think about it, it's so subtly integrated into our life, we don't even know that data science is there anymore, right? And the other biggest impact of data science has been in the medical field. Well, premature detection of breast cancer has been one of the most revolutionary news of data science, which pretty much had a personal impact on millions of lives across the world. So knowing that something driven by data will probably solve the biggest baddest disease humans have ever seen, which is cancer, then that's something amazing to look up to, guys. So with data science, pretty much you can do any of these as well. Well, to give you some numbers, to all my American friends, pretty much, I'm sure you guys are familiar with Southwest Airlines. Well, Southwest Airlines went about using a lot of data science concepts, and pretty much they reduced $100 million by analyzing the time that their planes actually stood idle on the tarmac in the airport. So basically, they realized that they were wasting fuel, they were wasting time, and they were wasting so many things, and that which they could have actually saved. So by performing in-depth exploratory analysis using data science, they have saved about $100 million, and that's a huge amount. So if one airline can do it, I'm sure all the everyone in the world can do it as well. Think about the environment, think about the amount of fuel that they have saved, which is burning, and there's a lot of impacts that we can take away just from this one incident. And then we have UPS is again another very famous delivery service in the USA and across the world as well. And these guys saved $39 million. I mean, these guys saved 39 million gallons. Sorry, they saved 39 million gallons just by optimizing how they would analyze their delivery, assess their delivery. So let's say someone has to go from point A to point B, then finding the fastest route for them, and all of that. So when delivery companies and airlines can make use of this to save such a huge amount of money, I'm sure everyone else can, right? So on that note, we need to quickly check out who data scientists are. Well, a data scientist's role is something magical, something inspiring, and something very nice. Why do I say that? Well, because think about it. Data scientists are part mathematicians, they are computer scientists, and they are trend spotters as well. They're mathematician because it involves a lot of mathematics and they need to play with a lot of numbers. Part computer scientists because, again, at the end of the day, their job is to use these mathematics in computer terms. And then part trend spotter because, again, they're not only providing analysis based on whatever is happening in the past, but they take the current data and provide analytics, which is basically giving trends and future analytics as well. So you'll be pretty much doing a lot of predictions. So to do all that predictions, you need to spot some trends. You need to spot something which is rising, which is falling, or something like that. So they are pretty much mathematicians, computer scientists, and trend spotters, guys. Because the biggest advantage, in my opinion, of becoming a data scientist is because they get the best of both worlds. They can delve right into business, they can delve right into any big IT company, and they are very highly sought after as well. Because when you think about it, even from the smallest startup that your friend might own, all the way till the biggest Fortune 100, Fortune 500 MNCs, all these guys are always on the constant hire for a data scientist, because they are ready to pay very good amounts of money if they know that they're getting a good data scientist in return. So they're highly sought after and they're extremely well paid as well. Make sure you stick around for a while, because I'm going to tell you the average salary of a data scientist in India and abroad as well. So when you think about it, there is no negative side of becoming a data scientist. So who wouldn't want to be one, right? When you think about it, because at the end of the day, if you're ever talking to a data scientist, or if you're talking to someone related to data science, they might tell you all of these terms as well. They might tell you data visualization, machine learning, deep learning, pattern recognition. So what do you guys think? Have you heard any of these terms? Have you worked on any of these terms? And I'm pretty sure the viewers we have today are experts, could be experts in pretty much any one of these fields as well. So guys, head to the comment section, do let me know where your mastery is. What do you think about what technology you can see on the screen? Data visualizations, machine learning, deep learning, and pattern recognition. So if you do not know what these terms actually mean, well, let me quickly tell you. Data visualization is basically having to make a lot of graphs, converting numbers into graphs, and then showing them in a very aesthetic visual way to look at. So that's data visualization, the most simplest way. Machine learning is basically to train machines to do some of the simple tasks that humans could have done, but then they want the machines to do it faster. So that's machine learning. Deep learning is another different animal, because when you think about it, deep learning's goal is to basically try to achieve human level cognition, and both machine learning and deep learning, of course, are the path to achieving artificial intelligence in general. And then coming to pattern recognition, if you ever choose to become a data scientist seriously, and when you do, you will realize that pattern recognition in data, in images, videos, whatever it is a very important skill that you will get as well. So this will bring us to the question of why that you should, why should you consider data science. Well, I will give you all the perks because again, in all of my previous sessions I've given you all the numbers of why you should become a data scientist. Now I'm going to give you all the perks that you're going to get if you become a data scientist. Again, as I've mentioned, the number one perk is that it is an in demand job. So data scientist's role is regarded as the number one IT role to work, where people are happy, they're enjoying, they get a good pay in the entire world. So when the stats say this, then it means that it has to be very serious. So if you consider data science, know that you will always be in demand and you can get a job as soon as you graduate or as soon as you finish your certifications as well. And then coming to job abundance, as I've already told you, there are every nook and cranny of the world is hiring data scientists. So if you're sitting in India, if you're looking for a job in the United States, Canada, New Zealand, wherever it might be, people are hiring. And if you have what it takes to, if you show them that you're a good data scientist aspirant, then pretty much you can clear the interviews and you can get a very good pay as well. That brings us to the third point, which is basically highly paid. Again, make sure at this point of time that, you stick till the end of the session, where I'll be giving you the average salary of what a data scientist actually earns. So if those perks weren't enough, then there's more. Well, there's a lot of versatility in your job as well, because you can do everything from cleaning the data, preparing the data, doing all the stuff which is the primary point of entry of data into your company, such as cleansing your data and all of that. And then you can actually apply machine learning algorithms on the data, and you can go about the route where you're trying to perform some analysis on the data as well. So the third thing in the versatility chain is pretty much data analysis. So you can go about picking data engineering, data scientist, and data analytics, and all of these come under the same umbrella, which is data science, guys. So you have a lot of options to pick there as well. And this brings us to rapid career growth. Again, when you can think about it, the highest raises in an IT coding professional job which was given out in the last century, yes, you heard that right, and the last century was pretty much of a data scientist job. So you can expect very handsome hikes, very handsome designation changes as well. You might go from a junior data scientist to associate to senior, and senior, and then pretty much you can go about leading a data science team at a Fortune 500 company as well. And it brings us to the next perk, which is product design. You will be designing amazing products based on all the things that you pick up from your data science career. Even at your daily job as well, you can go about designing very beautiful products which are data driven or non data driven, for that example as well, because at the end of the day you will be talking to other teams and so much more. And then if that is not enough, there is more perks for you, because at the end of the day, as I told you, data science is helping the field of medicine a lot, and I am a personal fan of this as well. So when you can think about it, if you're into medicine and you want to pick up programming, or let's say you're just a good humanitarian, you just want to give back to the world of medicine through your computer science super skills, then pretty much you can already know that data science has established its foot deep in the industry of medicine as well. And that brings us to the next thing, which is the most catchy thing of the 21st century, which is basically artificial intelligence. So data science is the quickest path, it's the fastest route that you can take to learning for yourself and teaching your machine how to achieve artificial intelligence, guys. So I have another in-depth session covered on artificial intelligence as well, but make sure you check that out after the session, because if you're going to stay till the end of the session, as always, I'm going to give you a special coupon code just for my dear viewers. So coming to the next perk, it is basically prestigious as well, because not only it is a very good bragging right to be a data scientist, knowing that you have all of these other perks, well, you can basically know that you are having the number one job in the entire world, and in the entire world of IT basically. And then knowing that you can even give back to the society through your job and so do so much good, it's something amazing, guys. So this quickly brings us to the requirement section of what does it require to become a data scientist. Well, there are two requirements, guys. One is the educational requirement, the other one is a skill requirement. When it comes to educational requirement, this is something which is debated a lot. I'll tell you why. Because when you think about it, many companies who hire data scientists either require a master's applicant or they need a PhD. If you do not have that, can't you get through? Well, just stay with me for a second. And again, when you think about it, it requires computer science, mathematics as well, and you will require programming knowledge in languages such as Python and R and so much more. But then these are just educational requirements. Many of the Fortune 500, including the big boys, Facebook, Google, Amazon, They're pretty much, most of the jobs that they ask for, they do not ask for a, a good degree, because at the end of the day they know that if you are skilled enough, if your heart calls for it, but the situation might have been different for you and you actually couldn't pick it up, then it's fine, because at the end of the day your skill is what they need, and the product is what they need. So half of the companies wouldn't even require a degree to begin with in the United States for you to land a very good job. But that, you shouldn't take in the wrong way, because again, even though you might not have a good degree, but then you need to prove to them that that you're worth it, and this is where a good certification will come in as well, guys. So that brings me to skill requirements. Skill requirement is basically, as I've already told you, you need to be extremely good at mathematics in order to perform computations, and because you'll be working with a lot of data basically, and then having very good communication skills as well, because as a data scientist, there might be situations where you have to explain something to someone else who doesn't have any idea of programming. So if you start telling them in numbers, if you start telling them statistic concepts, like the z test value, p test value, all these fancy things that they might have never heard of, that they will have no idea. So you need to have very good communication skills to dumb yourself down, dumb the concepts down to a level where even the most naive non-professionals actually understand what's going on, guys. And then that brings us to the next requirement, which is basically strong analytical skills, because again, at the end of the day, you will be trying to look into the future, literally. So you need to know how you can go about projecting outcomes, how you can go about fixing issues that which will basically hurt your future predictions, future trends and whatnot. And at the end of the day, this will help your programs be extremely efficient and effective as well. So this seems very sophisticated, and some of you might be overwhelmed at this point of time. Well, do not be overwhelmed, because it is not as complex as it sounds, and pretty much I'm sure every one of the single viewers here can go about becoming very good data scientists as well, guys. So this brings us to the roles and responsibilities of a data scientist. What are the roles? Well, we've already told you, the data can be very unruly, and data can be very messy. So using these data, collecting it and transforming it from these messy bunch of data to something useful, something usable, is the number one role. The second thing is that they'll be pretty much solving their business related problems using all the data driven techniques. It might be something including machine learning, or just very good data processing techniques as well. And then working with programming languages, I've already told you, Python, R, and then we have SAS as well. So pretty much working with a variety of programming languages is again a very good requirement and role basically of a data scientist. And then having very good grasp of statistics, because at the end of the day, you'll be doing a lot of tests, you'll be checking your data, you'll be crunching in your numbers, and then you'll be expecting very good output from just your numbers and mathematics as well. So having a good grasp on statistics is important. And then staying on top of analytical techniques, as I've already told you, it's machine learning, it's deep learning, and some form of text analysis as well. Communicating and collaborating with both IT and businesses. Again, as a data scientist, you will be heads deep into the world of business and into the world of IT as well. So good communication skills is already what we have discussed. And then looking for order, looking for pattern. Again, pattern recognition, if you can guys spot it here. So spotting trends, because this at the end of the line will help your business directly, guys. So that brings me to the responsibilities. What is the responsibility of a data scientist? Well, you will be identifying valuable data sources, you'll be undertaking very good pre-processing of data, you will analyze large amount of information, you will build predictive models, you will combine models, you'll present information using very good visualization techniques, using any of the business intelligence tools. You can use Tableau, you can use so many things to go about making your presentations and your data look beautiful. And then you will actually be the person who will provide strategies, who will provide solutions to all the business challenges that the company might face. And you will be collaborating with your engineering team, with your product team, with your development team, with your support teams and whatnot, guys. So a data scientist's role is far spread across in the it is like a spider web, which is deeply institutionalized in the company. So even if you cannot do one of these things, but then if you can do all the other, or if you cannot do any of these but you can do one of these, then you can pretty much be trained to do the rest and become a good data scientist as well, guys. So this quickly brings me to all the skills that you need to become a data scientist. Again, number one is the programming skills, because knowing statistical programming languages, like Python, R, SAS, this is an extremely vital skill, guys. And then knowing a good database querying language, it can be MySQL, it can be MS SQL, so much more. And then having very good mathematical skills is a positive here as well. So at this point of time, if you guys do not have any of these skills, do not worry, make sure you stick till the end of the video. As I've told you, I've already promised you that I'm going to give you the fast track route to become a data scientist, guys. So on that role, we need to check out statistical skills as well. Having an extremely good understanding of statistics is very vital, because at the end of the day, you're converting numbers into useful information. So how the process of converting numbers into useful information involves a lot of statistics and playing with maths as well, guys. And then being familiar with all the statistical tests, we have something called distributions, maximum likelihood estimators, and so much more. So knowing all of these is actually a very good plus. And then this will help you for the next skill which is required, which is basically machine learning, because statistics and machine learning go hand in hand. In machine learning, you can know about, there's so much things in machine learning, and make sure a good certification program will teach you a lot about it as well, because again, you will need to know k nearest neighbors, random forests, ensemble methods, algorithms. There are so many things: structured learning, unstructured learning, regressions, classifications. Guys, there is many things that you need to know to skill up yourself in terms of machine learning. And the best part is, all of this can be directly implemented in Python or R as well. So there is no need that you have to study something extra to go about implementing these. And knowledge of all of these models are a very big plus for a data scientist, guys. So on that note, this brings me to the next set of skills which is required, which is basically linear algebra. Again, coming to a little depth on mathematics, because linear algebra is used to it basically gives us very good amount of improvements in the predictive performance, or something called as algorithm optimization, where we're pretty much trying to make sure that the algorithm or the model that we're working on gives us better outputs than it already does. So basically, see, think of the example where you're trained to run at 10 kilometers per hour, right? So you're running at 10 kilometers per hour, but then if you have someone pushing from the behind, and they know that you're capable of doing 18 kilometers per hour of running, then pretty much linear algebra is basically that. It enforces data and pushes it to be more efficient, guys. And at the end of the day, this leads to better product development, obviously. And then this is the most important point, where it helps to keep a check on efficiency as well, because at the end of the day, efficient data, efficient processing, time is money, is what everyone say in the world of IT. If you can reduce I would say data is money as well, because again, at the end of the day, if you can make it a friendlier entity to the world, then it saves everyone a lot of money and a lot of time as well, guys. And next important skill that you guys should develop on your own is something called as data intuition, because data intuition is basically you seeing the data and you analyzing it, and you have a knack for data basically. So being a data driven problem solver is always a plus, because at the end of the day, if you can know that you can use data and solve any of the world's problem today, is an amazing thing. And then you will have the ability to solve some very high level problems as well, and these high level problems are directly from your businesses, your place of work, your institution, or whatever it may be. And then this gives you very good approximation techniques, where you will know when to approximate and when to go into the depths, and that is something very important when you're handling terabytes worth of data. And then this gives you the drive, that passion to go behind data as well, guys. And this brings us to the next screen, which is basically next skill, which is basically data wrangling. Well, data wrangling is to know how you can whip across your data and bring your data into control, because data is messy, data is difficult to handle with. So if you have the ability to process and work with this messy piece of data, then you can pretty much go about doing anything in the world of data science, guys. So again, handling data with because at the end of the day, you will be very good at data wrangling, because your data will be inconsistent, your values will be missing, something is not matching there. There'll be a lot of grumbles in the data that you have to figure out and you have to handle. So having a very good data wrangling skill will help you in your day-to-day activities as a data scientist as well, guys. So this brings us to all the skills that we just discussed in flow, guys. So you'll require very strong programming skills, very strong visualization skills, very strong data intuition, very strong statistics, very strong data wrangling, very strong machine learning, and somewhat important software engineering skills, and somewhat important linear algebra skills as well, guys. So give me quick 10 seconds. I'm gonna go have a gulp of water, and in the meantime, you can check out all the skills pretty much on the screen, and then you can pretty much head to the comment section and do let us know what you think of all the skills and all the tools that's being shown on the screen, guys. Give me 10 seconds, I'll be back. So I hope you guys had a chance to take a look at it and reflect on the stuff mentioned on your screen as well, guys. Because this brings us to the most awaited thing, which pretty much we get asked a lot, is what is the average salary of a data scientist for a fresher and a senior in USA and India as well, guys. Well, as you can see the numbers on the screen, a junior data scientist in the United States of America gets paid somewhere around 88,000 American dollars, and in India there's an average pay of 10 lakhs per annum. And then a senior data scientist gets well over $125,000 American again, and in India gets over 20 lakhs per annum. And this number is just an average of couple of lower thresholds and upper thresholds crunched into one number and just taken the average of, guys. Pretty much I have friends who are data scientists who earn well over 40 to 60 lakhs per annum with just 5 years of work experience. And then I have juniors, I have freshers right out of tier 1 and tier 2 colleges who have landed jobs which pay them well over 20 lakhs per annum as well. So when you look at these numbers, be very optimistic, because at the end of the day a junior data scientist can get a salary well over 20 lakhs per annum with the right certification, and a senior data scientist with the right experience can get somewhere around 40 to 50 lakhs per annum as well. These numbers are extremely reachable, and they're very easy to do it with the right certification, with the right skills. As I've been telling you, Fortune 500 companies across the world are willing to hire people regardless of location, regardless of the salary, because at the end of the day, if you're here to solve the world's data problem, then people want you, guys. So what can be the quickest learning path that you can take to become a data scientist? Well, work from the left to the right with me, because you'll start with the basic W's of data science. Well, W's basically mean, what is data science, where is data science used, when is data science used, all the questions which begin with the word W, guys. So you'll start with all the basics, then you'll jump to the basics of mathematics and statistics. Well, after having your basics in mathematics and stats, you'll be learning all the machine learning concepts, followed by which you'll be learning the deep learning concepts, and then you'll be checking out all the database technologies and a couple of big data techniques of how you can implement all of these concepts you have learned using huge amounts of data. And then you'll be learning, after processing all of these, you'll be learning how you can go about visualizing all of the things that you've learned as well, guys. So pretty much this is a very important slide for you guys, and I would suggest you take a screenshot or you do visit the video back after it's gone live to come back to this slide to check out your basic learning curve as well, guys. So coming to a structured path of learning, again here at Intellipaat we provide a course which I'll just walk you through in a second. But then you need to know that this is the learning path that you'll be taking, guys. So you will take about 34 weeks to become what we call as a data science architect master, and this is one one designation that you can use after certification in so many MNCs. You will be pretty much taken aback to know how much it actually helps on your resume, guys. You will begin by checking out Excel, MS SQL, data science with R, Python for data science, and so on and so forth. You have Scala, you'll be learning big data techniques, you have MongoDB, database technologies, Microsoft SQL, artificial intelligence and deep learning, Tableau desktop, and SAS. Basically, you can go about visualizations, and all of these concepts will be taught to you over 34 weeks in the structured path of learning, guys. And that, in my opinion, is extremely important. And this brings me to the final thoughts of what I think about data science, guys. This is one amazing quote which I found. It says that it is very easy to lie with statistics, but it is extremely hard to tell the truth without statistics, guys. So again, this is one of the reasons why I am fan of numbers, why I am fan of data, why I am fan of basically data science. Because when you think about it, when you're a person who just tells out something, people think that let's say there was a very famous car which got sold for this low price. You say that, and then people think that you'll be lying, because not everyone trusts you. They don't think that know it. So it is very easy to lie, telling people in 2010 this happened, in 2005 the charts showed the stock price will rise this much. But then it is very hard to tell the truth if you do not have statistics. Well, if you cannot prove that you pretty much actually the stock prices went up in 2010, or that a car actually got sold for that price, so if you cannot prove it with numbers, then it is very hard to tell the truth. And that is one of the reasons why I love this quote as well, guys. And this is one of the most trending jobs in the world today. So how can you as learners go about with further learning, guys. Again, I champion this one particular quote every time we do these live sessions, and you guys love this. So an investment in knowledge always pays the best interest. How strong is that, guys? Because at the end of the day, you're investing in your knowledge, and at the it gives you the best interest, the best knowledge, pretty much money can buy. Well, if you guys are looking for more in-depth concepts about this particular video, or any concepts in general, if you're a video person, make sure you head to the Intellipaat's YouTube channel, where you can check out all the content that our subject matter experts are putting out for you guys. And then if you're not much of a video person, but then you're a reader, you can pretty much head to the Intellipaat's blog channel, where again we have subject matter experts, we have architects, we have a lot of people from the industry who actually pretty much writes blogs as well. So you have professionals working, who are giving you very good blog, very good content, and we take in content requests as well. So if you have any content requests, make sure you head to the comment section and put it down there. And then we have an Intellipaat community as well, and in the community we have people all the way from a very young age, people in schools, all the way till elder senior citizens, where we discuss a lot about data science. We discuss a lot about everything that happens in the world, with respect to the world of IT as well, guys. So make sure you check it out. And this brings me to our particular data science architect masters program at here at Intellipaat, guys. So this is one of the most well reviewed, most sought out course by our learners, because at the end of the day, you'll be getting a certificate in collaboration with IBM. So we're giving you 10 courses, 53 projects, and 232 hours worth of courses as well, guys. As you can check out, we have instructor-led training, we have self-paced training, we give you a lot of exercises, 253 hours of exercises. We give you lifetime access and free upgrade to the latest version throughout your life. And then we give you lifetime support, lifetime query resolution, and so much more as well, guys. And at the end of the day, you will get a certificate from IBM, which is globally recognized, because IBM, as you know it, is a tech giant, guys. And then this will give you job assistance in 80 plus corporate direct tie-ups we have here at Intellipaat. And then pretty much this gives you flexi scheduling as well. So let's say you cannot, you're very busy with your work, or you're very busy on your weekends or something, then pretty much we can go about giving you custom scheduling based on your requirement, where you are at your best to learn, guys. So you can pretty much check out all the W questions. Again, we have what will you learn, who should take up this, what are the prerequisites, why should you take up. So these are all the W questions which I actually talked to you about. And then you can download our entire course curriculum as well. So this is the course content that you'll be going through. You'll be learning everything from big data, Hadoop, and using Spark. This is a live course, so this will be instructor led. You can pause the session when the instructor is teaching and get your doubts cleared then and there as well, guys. So you can check out every single module of what you'll be learning, and the hands-on exercise which goes on in that particular learning section as well, guys. So everything including advanced Hive, Impala, Pig, Flume, Scoop, HBase, writing applications using Scala, Spark framework, RDDs, resilient datasets, and so much more, guys. This is just one module which I just opened up for you guys. When you can think about it, there is so much more that you can learn, and you'll think about working on all of the Hadoop projects that is shown on your screen as well. And after all of this, pretty much you will be checking out data science with R, Python for data science, artificial intelligence, Tableau, data science with SAS, machine learning, advanced Excel, MongoDB, MS SQL. Well, think about all the courses, all the projects, and again, as I showed you, it's the learning path. So think about all the things that you will be learning, and all this learning is put into practical use by all of the projects which are basically shown on this particular web page, guys. Because at the end of the day, people require practical knowledge in the industry, and then here at Intellipaat, we strive to get you all the practical hands-on that you can get to pretty much go about using in a certification which looks like this, which you can put on your resume and get a very good job. So this is what the IBM certificate issued by Intellipaat looks like, guys. And this is pretty much recognized in so many companies, people from Cisco, Cognizant, Mu Sigma, TCS, Genpact, Hexaware, Sony, Ericsson, and many other analytics company, many other data science companies pretty much will want you to be certified on this, because at the end of the day, with a certificate, they know that you have put in the time, put in the effort, and you have the knowledge of what it takes to become a data scientist, guys. You can go ahead and read all of our ratings and reviews as well, and we pretty much have an FAQ section just for you learners as well. So there is a lot of questions which have been answered here at the FAQ section, and I'm sure you can just head to the Intellipaat website and just search for our data science architect masters program, and you will have more questions than what's provided in the FAQ section as well. So pretty much I'm going to guide you of how you can go about there as well. And now that you've actually stuck till the end of the video, I'm going to give you this coupon code, which is basically YouTube 30, guys. This will give you flat 30% off on all of the courses that we sell here at Intellipaat, guys. So make sure to get in touch with our course advisors on the numbers given on your screen, and you can shoot us a mail, sales@intellipaat.com, and here as well you can suggest changes. If you have any suggestions, if you have any advices, or if you actually require a custom course where you pretty much you need to go about learning, and you need to find the best path to fast track your process of structured learning, then pretty much we have our course advisor standing by 24/7 365 days of the year. And again, we have our support team standing by alongside our course advisors as well, guys. So on that note, we have reached the end of the session. I hope you guys took away loads from this session, and I can't wait to meet you on the next one, guys. So have a beautiful day ahead. Good night.